As the conservative 80s led by Ford and Nixon drew to a close, new social standards were brought in as Generation Y matured. As the social viewpoint shifted once again to liberal, though not as radical as the 70s, gender relations progressed towards social equality. However, due to the magnitude and effectiveness of movements in previous decades, such as the second wave feminism movement and the civil rights movement, there was not much room for improvement in the 90s. In essence, the third wave of feminism, which is the basis of gender relations in this era, focuses on feminism as defined by individuals, as opposed to as a united group. Ideally, women should be able to do whatever they want without limitations because of the progress of the previous decades. Women in this era did not have much more to achieve. Women became famous for being in careers that were independent of appearance. The Williams twins became two of the biggest names in tennis for their tennis abilities. The nation saw the rise of the WNBA in 1996 and since grown to parallel the NBA. Women have achieved fame through political roles such as former First Lady Hillary Clinton, who was politically active during Bill Clinton's presidency and currently serves as the Secretary of State. Oprah Winfrey, a talk show host, showed how a woman can come from an underprivileged background and end up in a position of power and wealth. While being strong advocates of feminism, colleges have been accepting equivalent rates of women and men. Two of the most debated issues related to gender relation in this decade are homosexuality and abortions. However, these issues go beyond that of gender equality and into questions of religions, rights to life, and rights to choice. However, the progress gender relations has made today since the 50s is gargantuan. Since then, women have gained the right to vote, the right to education, right to employment, and recognition as equivalent to men. However, most importantly, women have gained the right to do what they want. This has been the role of the protesters, the lobbyists, and the advocates of women's rights. Because of this, gender relations reached the position that they have been in the last 2 decades, a position that would make any historical feminist proud. Overall, gender relations during the 1990s and 2000s have been at the best point they've ever been. Women are the heads of large corporations, famous athletes, influential politicians, but most importantly, whatever they want to be. The position of gender relations during these decades is a reflection and, in a way, a prize to the efforts of feminists in the decades before.